Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled, the TV podcast here in the Mail Fuzz Podcast Network. I'm Peter Bradley, and joining me as always is Connor Ryan.
Hey guys.
We talk about TV shows and we review a bunch of TV shows this week. It felt like a hefty week. Even though the list doesn't look as big as it normally does, it felt like a busy week. Maybe it's because we had so many things to do and we were watching Stranger Things as well, which is coming soon. That's not in this episode, but Stranger Things, the full spoiler season review, will be up uh, within a few days from now. So you can look forward to that. On the audio version, that might be a separate thing and maybe in next week's episode. We're not sure. It depends how long it runs. But Stranger Things full spoiler review is coming. We're just waiting on Connor having the time to finish the season.
It's been a crazy week. Sorry guys.
Aye, aye. You might remember that he was missing for some things last week. And that's why a couple of things were late. It's also why there's 2 episodes of Killjoys this week in the audio reviews because it wasn't ready. Like, you know, that didn't go up until like Monday. So
I was on holiday.
Aye, say it like that. But anyway, this week we review episode 2 of the night of, the new episodes of Mr. Robot, Dead of Summer, 2 episodes of Killjoys. Although if you're on YouTube, it doesn't really matter because the first one went up whenever. But in the audio version, there's 2 episodes of Killjoys back to back because last week's is there as well. The new episode of Preacher and the new episode of Outcast. So that's all coming up in this week's show. Use the timestamps in the description for the audio version. Of course, if you're on YouTube, doesn't matter, just click on the link to the main channel page and you can find all those reviews individually up as videos, nice and easy for you. So that's what's coming up this week's show, but of course we have the news to talk about, and we're recording this right bang in the middle of Comic Con, so we literally should have been starting recording this about an hour ago, but we kept getting new news.
We just it was literally news is coming in up till the second where we were like, right, we just got to record.
Yeah, now the one comforting fact, and I think the reason why there was a lot of news as we were getting ready to record is because the Warner Brothers TV panel was on as we were about to record, so they kept releasing trailers and shit for all their shows as we were like getting ready to record, so that's what delayed everything. Right now the Marvel movie panel's on, which doesn't apply to us or this show specifically, so we can safely record now without
We
worrying.
hope.
We hope. Well, no, 'cause
Gar-
they
you
already-
say that. I near guarantee we'll come back next week and go, there's more Comic Con stuff.
well, probably because I think there's a few things on Sunday, so it's possible that'll happen. But at least there should be nothing else tonight, as far as I'm aware, because all the Marvel TV stuff's already happened.
Aye.
So, hoping.
Should be good.
So, yeah, TV news. Now, I didn't put this in any particularly great order, except the fact that all the trailers are in the middle, bundled together. So, but we have a couple of things before the trailers. First up, Agents of Shield news. They had their panel and all that, and they revealed a bunch of stuff. But the main thing to talk about in the main big bit of news, which there was hinted at and people were expecting it to be announced, is the Ghost Rider is going to be a character in season 4 of Agents of Shield, and in fact, I think they even said he's going to be a love interest for Daisy.
Okay. I didn't see that bit before.
Yeah, and it's also not the Ghost Rider that they made a movie out of. It's what's his name here? It's not Johnny Blaze that Nicolas Cage played. It's Robbie Reyes, who is the Marvel Now version of the character. So he's like a newer version, I think.
Yeah,
And
Marvel Now was only what,
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
2013 maybe?
And he doesn't have a bike, he has a car when he's a Ghost Rider. So, okay. You know, I don't really give a shit about Ghost Rider as a character. I really don't. But I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I trust them to just...
That's the thing. I don't care about Ghost Rider in the slightest. I think I've read one comic of his once, and it was fine. But I think it's cool that they're allowed to use him. Because
Yeah,
it's a relatively big name for what they tend to have.
yeah, I agree with that. And I think it's a bit different as well from the Inhuman stuff that we've had for the last 2 seasons. So,
Should make a nice change of pace.
nice change of pace. And...
Should have said change of gear. Damn it.
oh, Connor's upset that he missed a pun. Oh well.
Too tired for this.
Dear, well, so that's that.
That's that
Actually,
one.
hold on. They've got a bit more description here. He becomes a Ghost Rider after being gunned down in the street and revived by a ghost of his uncle and satanic serial killer.
Oh, Jesus, they're going all in. I love it.
Well, this is the thing, aren't they? They moved time slot. They're now airing at 10 p.m. and that's letting them be a bit darker and a bit more grown
Damn
up.
it, now I've got to stay up later.
But like that sounds cool, and that's kind of like ties in with that. Oh look, maybe he's not going to be a love interest. I'm sure I read that, but here it says he's a high schooler.
That
unless
might be a little weird.
unless Daisy's just like, you know what, I'm in the mood for some young fruit.
Maybe you just can't tell when he's got that blazing skull.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter when he can turn into like a demon hellfire spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter.
Rules don't apply at that point.
Yeah. He also has to look after his disabled brother Gabe, so that's a part of his character, which I didn't know. Like, I didn't know this character at all. Like,
No, me either.
I mean, when they said, "Oh, it's not the one that was in the movie," I'm like, "Wait a minute, there's more than one Ghost Rider." Like, you know.
I knew that much, but yeah, no,
There's one-
my knowledge is, ask us on DC stuff and we're good.
Yeah. And even then, like, there's such a deep pit of knowledge you could have that we're still going to not know stuff. But knowing this stuff about Marvel, not as like.
Yeah,
But we love Shield. Shield's a great show, so.
it is.
So I look forward to that. And also one little tidbit from the panel. They were asked if Hunter and Bobby could return.
Oh,
And all they said was, "That's top secret, we can't talk about it."
they're coming back.
That's a yes, people. That's a yes. If one thing in...
That's a yes, just not quite yet.
Yeah, if there's one thing in this world that I have learned over my 20 plus years of living, is that when someone from the media is asked a question and they say we can't talk about that, it's a yes.
It's always a yes.
Oh dear. Alright, next up, Wynonna Earp has been renewed for a second season at Sci-Fi. It'll come in 2017, probably around the same time the first season was on, I imagine. And although one slight note is that it will be slightly shorter. Season 1 was 13 episodes, Season 2 is going to be 10 episodes.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah, it's fine, it's not too short. It's nice.
Ten's still a perfectly acceptable length, and I'm just happy to be getting more.
And they have other shows that only have 10 episode seasons and come back for more, so I don't really see it as them like trimming down in like the sense that they might not bring it back for season 3. I just see it as being, we're going to make this 10 episodes now. Cause,
Yeah, they do it. They have plenty of shows that are 10 that have multiple seasons, so yeah.
So yeah, not worried about that. So that's good news. Not much to add there, but nice to know we'll be covering that next spring, probably.
It might even be because they want to make the budget. They're giving them the same budget, but for 10 instead of 13, just so they can do a bit more with it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Never know.
Yeah. I'm not going to assume that's the case. They may just want to save money, but yeah.
They might, but you never know. They might want to just do a bit more.
True. Or maybe it's just that their schedule's more packed for next year. They've got a lot of things starting.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Actually.
Yeah, that'd be the best reason. That there's just too much stuff coming that we can't
Yeah.
do. Everything's going to be 10 episodes next year because there's so many shows.
I'll be game for that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Now, we're going to dive into some trailers now, because we had a bunch of trailers coming out of Comic-Con and a couple just before Comic-Con of varying things. First up, American Gods, which is coming to Stars. Was this 2017 or was this later this year? I think it's 2017. It's 2017. I remember
I feel
it
like
saying,
it's 2017.
I remember saying it then, it's 2017. This is based on Neil Gaiman's book.
Which I have right here.
Oh, there you go. And I don't know anything about the plot of this. I really don't.
I'll be honest. It's hard to describe the plot because it's more a journey than a story.
That's fair. So what I mean is, though, I can only judge this based on what I see in the trailer. I can't give you any I think this because I read the book and whatever. Like, this is my exposure to it.
I think this will make it really interesting when we cover this because obviously I've read it
Yeah.
and you presumably won't bother before
No.
that. No. So it should give us some interesting contrast of opinions.
It should. Yeah. You'll need to watch your spoilers a little bit as you go.
I will. Don't worry.
Not just for my sake, but
Yeah, of
for
course.
But no, I thought the trailer looked fine. I thought it looked intriguing, the way it was building. They were really playing it mysterious. I'm assuming the guy that's mysterious and he's like, oh, I don't know who he really is. I'm assuming he's a god of some sort.
Well, clues in the name, isn't it?
Yeah, just going by the title. I'm making that call. I'm not really sure what the plot is or where it's going. All I know is this guy gets out of prison. His wife had died, but he gets introduced to this god character and other strange people, and things seem to go batshit insane from there.
That's pretty much the entire book.
All I can say really is that I'm going to need to wait and see an episode before I even begin to say if I'm interested or not. Right now, all I did was see a lot of weird stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot.
I really like that it looks good though,
But yeah, visually it looked good. Yeah,
which is immediately a good step of help when they can't really sell the plot. Just making it look good is a good way of starting a selling point, I think.
no, I agree. The visually it looked, stars can be a little bit cheap feeling sometimes, but this felt a little bit more money behind it, at least from what we've seen. So
I could be wrong. I think I remember reading a while back that Fuller was bringing some of the Hannibal cinematography team over.
okay, interesting.
So I could be wrong on that, but I'm fairly sure I remember reading that.
But hopefully not the writers.
No, just the cinematography team.
That's a dig at Hannibal season 3 in particular, which I thought was complete garbage. Um, but have you watched season 3 of Hannibal yet?
I've watched the first 2 episodes. I'm gonna watch it though.
Nah, I don't blame you for not continuing after.
It was just a bit. It was just too slow for me to watch week to week. But I'm gonna binge through it when I get a chance.
I really didn't like season 3. Really
Fair
didn't
enough.
like it, but yeah, that's a story for another time. That's the American Gods trailer. Next up, this comes with some news as well. This is the Marvel section, if you will, of Netflix. Daredevil has officially been renewed for a third season.
Aye, I believe it says coming soon.
It says coming soon. It doesn't say a year, and I guess we could speculate there actually, because we have Luke Cage obviously coming later this year.
Yep.
We then have Iron Fist presumably coming early next year because they're gearing up for that. They're shooting it and
Yep.
all that. And they've said Defenders is definitely 2017, and we'll get to a bit more on that in a minute. So that's obviously at least the second show in 2017. But I've been theorising for a while that at least with Defenders, they might not count that as one of their 2 for the year. So they can fit in more stuff. Because remember, Jessica Jones has already been renewed for a second season, and that's not scheduled yet.
Yeah. Also, don't forget, Jessica Jones was what, November last year,
Yes.
and now Luke Cage is September. So that's like, I mean, it's the end of September. So it's a good couple of months early.
It's not
still.
just that move. Daredevil was earlier as well.
Yeah. So that's earlier. I can see Iron Fist being end of February,
February, and then you have Defenders in the middle of summer, and then you can sneak
July, and then November again,
in, and you can sneak in like a third show in November, December time. Yeah.
which would be Daredevil. In this theory, I imagine.
Well, I don't know. Jessica Jones got renewed first, so I mean,
It's true, but we didn't get any trailer.
true. But to be fair, it was only there was no new footage or anything like that. It's not
No, it
like,
was just an announcement. But
I think that was just to go. I think it's because they were announcing it at like a panel. They wanted something to
that's
show.
true.
I think that's maybe the only reason why that had something like that. I could be wrong though. All I will say is that I really didn't like the second half of season 2, so I hope that it goes from another place. Because
I definitely agree.
those first 4 episodes with focusing on Punisher, excellent.
Better than season 1.
Yeah, had it kept up that, it would have been better in season 1, but then it didn't, and in the end,
No.
season 1's better.
Yeah, I'm on your side on that. You can go watch our full
Yes.
season 2 review, and it gets heated.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours long, and the Marvel fans on that video were not pleased with me and Connor's opinions of the Hand and the character of Stick. So, and unfortunately, speaking of Stick, we got a sort of teaser as well for the Defender series, which again is basically just the logos and all the things flipping. We got a logo at the end of it, and the one bit of new thing we got in it was a little bit of dialogue, which I don't even think they've started shooting yet, so I assume this is just something they got the actor in to record. And it's Stick from Daredevil saying like, "Oh, the 4 of you think you can save New York," something. I can't remember the end of it.
My first reaction was like, well, okay. First, I was like, ooh, I like this song because it was
It was Nirvana.
Come As You Are.
I like that song too. It's a good song.
And then I got to that, I was like, oh, it's a fucking Stick.
I know. All I could think was, "No, please don't be Stick." And then I think I read something. I don't know if this is confirmed that the Hand might be the main villains in Defenders, and I'm just like, no.
Please, no.
I was looking forward to this. Don't ruin this by having the Hand be the main villains, please.
Have the Hand with other people.
Maybe,
But,
yeah.
mate, just not just the Hand, please.
Yeah, that would be really upsetting to me. Because
Especially when we've seen Daredevil on his own kind of go after them. So it's like, do we really need all of them just for the Hand?
No, I agree. And, it's just... right now with this Marvel Netflix stuff, like I'm sure it will get better for me. But right now, because the last thing we've seen was Daredevil season 2, and because the last half of that, and we're talking 7 hours of my life here, I really didn't like. I'm in a really sort of lukewarm, like, yeah, I'll watch them when they come out, but I'm not excited like I was before.
Yeah. What did you think of the Luke Cage trailer?
Well, that was the other big thing. We got a Luke Cage trailer, which was obviously because that's the next one up. They've shot all of it. It's so it's basically one scene for the most part of him like entering a building.
Yeah.
And he does cool things like rip off a car door. The moment I really liked was when he put his hand in the wall and pulled out a pipe from the waterworks.
I really liked when he wrapped the car door around someone.
Yeah, that was cool. And Luke Cage was good in Jessica Jones, so I'm definitely interested in the show.
Definitely playing up the hip hop aspect.
They are, which I don't really care about. I'm not really into hip hop, but it suits him. So
yeah, it works. It definitely helps give its own distinctive thing.
Well, they've all kind of done that because Daredevil had like that sort of gritty. I don't want to just say Batman-y, but it was kind of Batman-y.
I know what you mean. It's very much Batman Begins sort of.
And then Jessica Jones had this more noir.
It's like jazz noir,
yeah, feel to it. And then they've got the hip hop for this, and I'm assuming like what's his face, Iron Fist will have more of an Oriental movie sounding soundtrack or something.
See, that feels too cliche.
You think?
I think they'll go with something completely different.
Maybe
like contrast it with like rock or metal or something like that.
See whatever they put in though, I guarantee you that sort of woodwind instrument you always hear in Oriental music will kind of be in there.
Chinese flutes, yeah.
I'm willing to bet you.
I can see it.
Yeah, they'll work that into the score somehow.
Would not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
But I'm alright with that.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm not as excited for Iron Fist because it's more mystical kind of stuff, and I'm not as into that.
See, I like that stuff.
So I mean, it may end up surprising me, and I might end up really liking it.
We did have the Iron Fist teaser, though, didn't we?
Yeah, it was like the other ones. Though. It was just a logo, wasn't it? With the
No, there was a little bit of footage, wasn't there?
Was it?
It was in the like a hospital bed. Yeah, there was. Did you not watch this?
Oh, was that this week?
Yeah.
Why didn't you confirm that? Well, I told you everything I was going to talk about.
Because there was so much that I didn't realise it was missing until right this second.
All right. Well, I didn't see it, but what did you think of the Iron Fist trailer?
I mean, it was fine. It was. It wasn't that much to go on. Don't get me wrong. It was just him, like a couple of shots of him, and he was like chained up in like a psychiatric sort of thing. Okay. They looked like thrashing about,
And there was no music to add to the discussion we were just having.
This is the problem. I can't remember because it's blurred. I watched all of these back to back,
right, okay.
And this one it didn't really stand out that much because it was quite a short one.
And I guess Defenders, when they team up, they get grunge as their soundtrack, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Nirvana is much more my speed.
I'm down for some Nirvana.
I like how they slowed it down as well.
Yeah, it was a really nice version.
Yeah, I'd be curious. And it's still Kurt singing. It was still that recording.
It was,
so
yeah.
I'm curious. Just obviously someone took that into a booth and worked on it and did weird things to it. But no, it was a nice little tease. I just don't like Stick very much, so that kind of killed my mood.
I'm the same.
So, but here's hoping. I'm hopeful Luke Cage will be great. That'll be another example of when that hits. We will probably watch that over the weekend, have it up sometime on the Sunday night, the full season thing.
As soon as we get it done, basically.
Yeah. We may also do a first episode thing as well on the Friday when it goes up.
I think I can squeeze that in.
Yeah, I think we could probably do that and maybe just keep that spoiler free and just talk about the quality and just...
Yeah, just a general indication of how we're feeling going forwards. Yeah, I'm down for that.
People might enjoy that, I don't know. And that's something that go in the audio version before the full Luke Cage spoiler fest begins. Actually, this is more of a conversation to have off air, but I'll just do it on air, because why not? Netflix are doing Black Mirror Season 3.
Yeah, I still need to watch the first two, but yeah.
Yeah, I still need to watch the second season, but it's only 3 episodes a season, so you'll be fine. And we're a while away yet, as far as I know. But I was thinking, that I don't know if they're going to put that... I vaguely remember them maybe saying they might do that week to week instead of a binge, because of just of what it's like. It's not like a thing.
I can see them even spreading them out further, just as making it almost like movie anthology almost.
However, if they still put all 12 up on the one day, instead of us binging them, I don't see the point in that with that show. I think that it would be better to do one per day.
Yeah, I was just thinking one a day.
Yeah, for a week and a half.
Yeah, that makes much more sense because they've all got to have their own video. Because even though they're a
Yeah,
season, they're all
yeah, they're all
unconnected.
separate. People can, just watch the one. Like, yeah. So I think, obviously, for the audio version of whatever this is, they'd probably just all be put together. Because I mean, how
Yeah,
else? Although I'd be terrified to see the length of that because
that would have to be in parts, I think.
because some of those episodes might actually be as long as a movie, and if
Yeah,
they're
some of the other episodes were quite long, aren't they?
and given how much you could talk about that first season's episodes that I've watched already, you can talk about them to the extent of a movie, almost. So
Maybe we'll do like for the audio, like have them in blocks of 3 episodes.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a little peek behind the scenes. It was just something I was thinking about because there was like a news item on it, not nothing worth talking about, but it was mentioned somewhere, and I remembered it, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to get some more info on this. Just anything on it, really.
that's still working on it. I don't know if it's this year that it's coming. If I feel like we'd have heard more about it by now, but
It feels late if it's this year,
that said, though, Netflix do like to like how much did we hear about Stranger Things until
like a month ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's true. But then I think, yeah, it's a bit more high profile than Stranger Things because it's got a pre-existing fan base.
it is, but at the same time, it's not Marvel. I can see them want to be like behind doors with this and just
Yeah,
spring
like
it on
ooh,
us.
bang, here you go.
Yeah. Here's
Uh,
the Prime Minister fucking a pig. Like, just
yeah,
if you've not
just go.
if you've not seen season 1 of Black Mirror, that line sounded really weird out of context. I trust
Well, I
you.
mean, unless you follow UK politics.
Yeah. In which case, it just sounded normal.
How tragic.
Yeah, so that's all the Marvel stuff. Even though we tangented into Black Mirror, but that's just like looking at covering different Netflix shows in different ways. It's worth mentioning our review of Stranger Things would have been just as quick as the Marvel stuff if it wasn't for the fact that Connor was traveling the
Can I
weekend.
just
That went
while
up.
we're on
Yeah.
Netflix, did you talk about the Star Trek thing? Did you
Well,
add that
we're
the
getting to
list?
Star Trek soon.
Yeah, I know, but is that in the news in general?
I didn't add that part of it, but we can add that there. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I was just saying that Stranger Things would have been up the weekend it came out had it not been for the fact that you were traveling all weekend. And
Yeah.
that just kind of set it back a bit. But it's coming.
It's been a rough week. I'm moving and pack.
Oh,
It's
I'm not blaming you. I'm just letting them
I
know
know.
that that's why
I'm just apologising to them that it's been a
Yeah.
really crazy week.
yeah, him keeping up with all the shows that he's meant to talk about and try and get through Stranger Things is actually quite funny to watch him panic.
It's been a chore because I've been doing that. Like I was barely even had time to read my comics this week.
He was panicking. He was trying to read comics on the bus on the way to work, and then he was trying to dismantle furniture.
It's it's a long week. I'll tell you that now.
Disable furniture. That sounds like you're crippling the furniture.
I do want to use it again. Not- Disabled sounds worse.
It does. All right, next trailer we got there, and we got a trailer for the Max Landis. It's Max Landis, right? That's,
It is. He's
involved in
executive
this.
producer.
Yeah, and presumably that means he's writing some of the stuff as well.
I just
They're adapting Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency. I vaguely remember like talking about this when it was first in the news when they announced it.
it was a while ago, wasn't it?
It was a while ago. It's a good few months ago now. But we got a trailer for it. It's what network was this on?
BBC America.
Right, you were. And it's got Frodo in it. Elijah Wood, that is. First and foremost. And we got a trailer for this. You can go check this out if you want to. And it's about a detective who seems really shit at his job.
Yeah.
It looks like a really quirky comedy. I didn't really know anything about this property before. This is from the same writer, I believe, as Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Oh, is it?
the book series, yeah,
Okay.
or short novels. I have no idea what's format it took in, but I know it's that writer. And yeah, it looks really wacky and funny, not taking itself too seriously. I enjoyed like Elijah Wood saying to him, because Elijah Wood's not the Dirk Gently character. He's like his the joke I'm about to say. He's like his Watson, because one of the lines in the trailer is he screams at him, "I'm not your fucking Watson," or "I'm not your Watson fucker," or something like that, because it
Yeah.
bleeps out. But that made me laugh. So I'm looking
He
forward to
did
trying this.
because you're watching it and you're like, he's a bit of a shit Sherlock Holmes, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like that's his attitude. Is
'Cause he-
still like Sherlock.
Because one of the lines that Elijah Wood even says is, "You're a detective that doesn't look for clues." Like, what? So, I don't know. Yeah, that could be
It
fun.
does look very quirky. Is the word that sprung to mind.
And this is coming this fall, so
Yeah.
look forward to us at least trying that, if not.
It said October.
Oh, yeah, October, I would say, yeah.
I want to say October. Yeah.
So, we'll definitely be checking that out when it hits. Check out the trailer for yourself. It's obviously all of these are on YouTube. So
Yeah, just go search them and they'll be there.
So next up, there was a brief Star Trek teaser, although the bigger news to come out of this was the title, because we didn't know the title until today. And that was the new Star Trek show, which is starting in January on CBS's new all-access premium streaming service in the US. Internationally, and I think it's pretty much everywhere internationally, it's going to be an exclusive to Netflix, and it's going to go up a day later on Netflix, everywhere else.
It didn't even say a day later, it said within 24 hours. So...
It'll be... It'll air in the US, you know, which for UK time, say, will be like 3 in the morning, and then on... Like, and then it'll be there at 8 AM or whatever in the UK.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it'll be, probably, kind of thing.
Most likely.
But that's good for everyone else. I actually think that means that this will have a better audience outside of the US, because Netflix is something that most people just have, whereas this new service in the US, because it's a new premium service you have to pay for that no one already has, and the only selling point, other than old stuff, is this new Star Trek, at least I think at launch.
Yeah.
I can see like the international audiences being the ones that actually kind of make this a success.
I can see them have gotten enough money from Netflix for this deal that they can bankroll a second season regardless.
Yeah. And did they confirm the episode? I think it was 13 episodes, they said.
I believe so.
13 episodes, they said it's going to be completely serialised, which is a first for Trek. No like story of the week, it's just going to be whole thing, one big story, which is cool, something interesting for Star Trek. It's weird to be talking about this actually because Star Trek Beyond just came out yesterday, and
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, I went to go see it. I
Is it
enjoyed
good?
it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's probably the best of the 3 new movies.
Okay.
It's very simple, but it's
nothing wrong with simple if it's good.
But it was fun, and the way they handle the fact that Leonard Nimoy passed away like before this film is actually really touching. So. I recommend Star Trek Beyond, especially if you're a Star Trek fan. So, but yeah, so Star Trek Discovery is the title of this new show.
I look forward to it. Now I've just got to get through all the rest of Trek before January.
No, you don't.
I'm doing it.
You don't. No,
why
are you mad? Are you really going to watch all of Voyager and Enterprise? People don't like those shows. People that actively dislike. That's 11 seasons of shows that people don't like.
I'm doing it.
You're going to give up.
We'll see about that. I'm 1 season in. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, that's the original series though. The original series and Next Gen, and from what I've heard, Deep Space Nine, you'll get through, you'll enjoy those. But once you get to Voyager, I believe it's a different story.
Challenge accepted.
Alright, place your bets. I want to see in comments and stuff on YouTube.
How far can I get?
Is Connor going to succeed in watching every single bit of Star Trek in existence before the new show starts in January?
That includes all the films, the animated series.
Fuck the animated series.
Because this is the thing, with this deal from Netflix, they added every Star Trek show in existence, including the animated series, to the UK Netflix. And apparently it's coming to all Netflixes, including America, from what I got from the press release. It sounded like it was coming to the American one as well by the end of this year. So, it gives me 6 months-ish, 5 months-ish to watch everything.
You realise this is like thousands of hours?
Yeah, about 5 months. Just as long as Netflix doesn't throw too many new shows at me, I'm good.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we have probably the busiest fall season coming up we've ever had.
I know.
So,
I'm going to get to it and go, damn it, I just want to be watching Trek.
I'm just going to be like, good luck with that, Connor. Good luck with that. The trailer in question, though, isn't much to talk about. It's just the new ship, like, flying out of a docking bay, and that's all it is.
Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah,
it seems to be based off Macquarie artwork.
It's a cool-looking ship design. It's very Star Trek, but it's not an Enterprise ship. It's a Discovery ship, and who knows what the plot is? We don't know yet. So
we don't know the plot. We don't know the timeline point. We don't know any characters.
We know it's set in the original universe. It's not the new movie universe.
That is literally all we know.
Yeah. So, but we don't know if it's set after the last movie, which was Star Trek Nemesis. We don't know if it's set before the original series or any point in between those two.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Right, that's Star Trek. Next up, DC TV trailers. We got 3 of these. Supergirl didn't get one because Supergirl's not really shot anything yet. They're only just starting this coming week, I believe. So, nothing for Supergirl, which is a shame. But we did get a trailer. We'll do this in... we'll do Legends first. Legends of Tomorrow got a trailer, and these were all very similar in that they all started with like a 30 seconds to a minute of old footage from like the previous seasons, and then went into new stuff. And they kind of surprised me because I didn't really think most of these had filmed enough to actually have enough new footage to cut a trailer together. But sure enough,
All of these did have enough to adequately make a trailer.
they did. Legends probably had the least amount, but I think they've been shooting for less time, so fair enough.
Yeah, and they got away with it by just having shots of the ship and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like location shots that kind of still work.
But they did have some new stuff, and I think the interesting thing here is we get a sense of the plot and some new details to go along with it. And so basically, we see that because the Time Council, whatever they were called, Time Masters, are gone, there's no one like policing time. So that's where our team is going to come in. They're going to have to take care of that now.
That's essentially their setup for any future seasons now, isn't it?
Pretty much. I'm really hoping that now that they're away from that stupid Vandal Savage story, that I'll actually start enjoying the show.
See, I thought that too, but then I remembered Uncle Googie's still involved.
Well, so they see that someone nukes New York in the 1940s because it's during World War Two, and that seems to be the catalyst to kick things off. We know from, and I guess some spoilers for season 1 here if you've not seen season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, but they do tease, of course, at the end of the season that the JSA will be involved in this season, and
Scared.
a little bit scared myself. And the key points here is that they released this. We didn't see most of this in the trailer. We saw a little bit of Damien Dark, and we saw Rex Tyler again a little bit. But along with this trailer, they released a sort of blurb about who's going to be in this new season. So the villains are going to be a team of the Legion of Doom, and they're going to consist of characters we already know from other shows. They're going to be Malcolm Merlyn, going to be Captain Cold, which is one that I think is a little bit weird.
See, I thought that, but I think maybe something from Flash is having a bit more of an effect than we thought.
True. Damien Dark, who I really could have done without, and
I'll second that one.
the one that I think's really interesting is Reverse Flash.
I think Reverse Flash and Malcolm Merlyn get me most excited.
Reverse Flash is a really interesting one because it's going to be the actor who plays the original Reverse Flash.
As Eobard Thawne, yeah.
Yeah, who we've not really seen much because it was mostly someone else because he was in
Yeah,
Cyrus's
he
body.
was just doing bits and pieces, isn't he?
Yeah, we've only seen little glimpses of him, so it'll be really cool to see him as a proper full-on villain for something. And the fact that he also can travel through time makes this interesting.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. And then apparently the JSA will include Our Man, which is Rex Tyler, who we've already seen, and yet to be cast will also have Obsidian, Stargirl, and Dr. Midnight. Now, Obsidian... Now, I'm only about 45, 50 issues into Johnsy's JSA. I'm assuming then Obsidian becomes a hero at some point in that comic. If he's on
Well,
the
it's
JSA
because he's the son of Alan Scott,
Yes,
and he was a hero, and then kind of got seduced, and there's a bit of a redemption arc.
But so he
he's a bit of
redeems.
both.
Yes, he redeems. Okay, right. Because so far, what I've read, he's mostly been a villain. But it's interesting they could refer to his father at some point,
Go on.
and Alan Scott could be mentioned.
See, this is the thing. I'm like, go on, give me something. But then I'm like, no, I don't want you to touch this. I don't trust you with any of this.
I happen to really like Stargirl, so I'm happy Stargirl's involved in the sense that I want to see Stargirl. I am a little worried that they're going to fuck her up.
Okay, let me put this out. The JSA is my favourite comic book team, like of all of them. Stargirl is my favourite member.
Oh, okay.
It's like, now, do I trust them with this?
Stargirl may be my favourite member as well, actually, now you mention it.
Because she's fantastic.
I really like Stargirl. And Dr. Midnight, of course, is a... in fact, we explain who each of them are. I guess we could.
You haven't.
I haven't. I was going to do it with Dr. Midnight. I was like, I didn't do it for the last two. Why am I bothering?
He's blind, but he can see.
He's blind, but he can see, and he's a doctor. He actually does doctor things. He fixes them and stuff.
Yeah.
Stargirl has got her staff thing, her
Cosmic belt.
Yeah, but she got from her stepfather.
Stepfather, yeah.
And Obsidian is the son of Alan Scott, as you said. What's his power again? He can like touch the dark zone or like this weird dimension.
He's got access to this dark dimension. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what they can do. And Our Man, I wonder if they'll be faithful to his because his is really weird. He can have super strength. Is it for an hour?
There's a few different versions
day.
because obviously there's Right, so there's three different versions that I can think of. You've got the first one who has the pill, Miraclo, where he takes the pill and he
Yeah.
has super strength and shit for an hour. You've got the robot from the future, the android from the future one, who just was basically built by his company in the future and comes back in time. And then you have Rex, who's the first one's son,
Yes.
and he gets given a necklace, an hourglass necklace by the robot from the future, which has tachyon particles in it, and when he uses it, he gets powers for an hour.
Comics make complete sense, people. Trust us. Just trust us.
I'm thinking they might go with the last one, weirdly, just because of the time travel nature of
Yeah.
the show.
Well, don't they get? He gets like a premonition or a word in advance, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Like he'll see something bad happen, and he knows he's got exactly an hour until it happens.
yeah.
So that could make for some fun if he like senses that such and such is going to die in an hour at this location, and they have to.
Could be fun.
As long as they don't do it every episode, which would be.
That would be.
Yeah.
I don't think they can because they've already established a formula for the show. So that switching into that would feel weird.
Yeah. So, but that JSA, of course, there's other big names in the JSA is actually quite a big team, so we're only getting, but they're keeping it simple to four. I'm sure some more will sort of filter in. Maybe.
Did they not say Sergeant Steele as well? Commander Steele?
Not from this article that I got, no.
Oh, okay, I thought I saw that somewhere. Let me see if I get that.
Nah, you're telling
No.
fibs. But so
I
yeah,
got it. Commander Steele, Vixen, because we know Vixen's in it. We've seen that. They've told us that in the past.
yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah,
And I'm seeing Commander Steele as
okay.
well.
It's fair enough. All right, so we get six. Although those two are by far less interesting than the other four.
Especially as Vixen's a different version to the Vixen that we've seen on Arrow.
Yeah. It all makes sense, people. We promise. It all works out.
This is getting full comic book, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting full comic booky. So that's the Legends trailer. That had some fun stuff there. But, I could be doing without Damien Dark, and I'm worried they're just going to ruin everything. But we'll see. Hopefully with a new plot and maybe less Guggenheim,
Maybe.
maybe we can actually have something worth watching. We got an Arrow trailer for season 5. That's had quite a lot in it. And I actually didn't hate all of this. There was some stuff I actually kind of liked. I like the idea that he's trying to train a new group of people to help.
See, I'm torn. Because it's like, ooh, yeah, new blood. Maybe this will be alright. But then I go, ugh, do we really need more sidekicks?
I get that's a issue, but we've got the girl who was like the crazy version of Black Canary. She's going to be coming
Artemis,
in.
yeah.
Artemis, yeah. I'm not sure who.
It was, oh god, I had his name, something dog.
War Dog?
Wild Dog?
Wild Dog?
Yeah. It's a pretty obscure one.
Yeah, he's pretty obscure. I know the actor from all this stuff because I think he was in season 1 of Mr. Robot, if I remember right. But I've seen him in other stuff before. And obviously this is when Curtis finally decides to become Mr. Terrific.
About time. Down for that, because he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, so hopefully some good stuff comes from that. Hell knows what Thea's plot's going to be or Diggle's plot's going to be because they're still there, they're still in the show.
Not as much by the look of it, though. They look like they're fairly reduced.
We say that, but I bet you they'll be back on the team full time by like episode 4
That's true.
or 5, or you know what I mean. Like I can see it not lasting long. We also get glimpses of the flashbacks with the Russian stuff, which looks awful, and I am dreading the flashbacks with every fibre of my being.
Do you know my one positive about these flashbacks?
What's that?
They promised us 5 years of flashbacks. So after this one, that's it. No
yeah,
more.
they have to stop. So even if we go to season 10, they can't do flashbacks till season 10.
No more. This is it. This is the last one we've got to sit through for flashbacks.
Yeah, so as long as they don't start doing something ridiculous like flashbacks set within the show.
Oh,
Like, because
don't push me, Googie.
we go off season for 3 months every year, so maybe like they'll do flashbacks to that summertime between season 1 and 2.
Don't push me, Googie. Don't do it.
Dear. That'd be good. No, it'd be terrible. It'd be fucking awful. But, you know what I mean. So that's Arrow. So yeah, some nice things looked alright, but
I'll be honest, the best part was still the fancy new DC logo at the
I'm
start.
I'm liking the new DC logos at the start of these trailers. I have to admit, yeah.
They're really good on both worlds.
By far the most interesting trailer from this though was the trailer for season 3 of The Flash, because, and again, if you've not seen season 2 of The Flash, spoilers for how that ended because it completely plays into everything we're going to say here. But The Flash, of course, ended with Barry going back in time and saving his mother, which altered the timeline, and we're getting the Flashpoint universe. Not the Flashpoint universe from the comics, but their own version of a Flashpoint universe.
But it's going full Flashpoint.
It's going full Flashpoint. Cisco's a millionaire.
I'm going to have so much fun with that.
Iris barely knows who Barry is. Joe doesn't want to talk to him. Wally.
Thorn is there.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Thorn's there as Airbud Thorn, not as Wells.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mean in the cage? Aye.
yeah.
And he's reverse flash it, yeah.
Yeah.
And he knows what he's done. He knows he's fucked the timeline, which is actually quite cool because that plays into the comics. Cause
It does, yeah.
he knew that. We also
Wally.
What I was about to say when you jumped in with the Thorn thing. Yeah, Wally's the Flash apparently, but he's in his Kid Flash outfit, which is cool.
And we got what is that? Black Racer maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Looks like it, but I don't know.
I don't know, maybe it's just like a Flashpoint Flash. Well, I mean, I could see them doing that.
It could be, but the costume's very much the Black Racer, from Justice League just gone.
Yeah, it may be. I don't know. But no, it looks really, they're going batshit full on with it. They did confirm in the panel that it wouldn't last too long. And they also confirmed that it would affect Arrow in a couple of subtle ways, but not majorly.
Yeah, but they did say it would affect Flash in some significant ways.
Well,
like
obviously.
going forward. Yeah, but not but it will be like significant changes even when they reset back to.
Well, you'd expect that though.
Yeah.
I'm assuming when he resets it, there'll be a couple of things. It'll be like Back to the Future 2, or Back to the Future 1 rather, where things go back to mostly normal, but because of the improvement he made to his dad's courage, it gave him a better job when he came back to the future.
Yeah.
There'll be something like that, kind of. Maybe not as big as that, but.
Either way, this is the trailer. Like I have everything out of Comic-Con that I was like, oh yeah, and I was getting excited watching it.
Yeah, unlike a certain Justice League trailer, Barry Allen was actually in this trailer.
Yeah, damn right.
Oh, we're going to get so many angry comments about that. It's going, well, Barry's in that trailer, what are you talking about? I'm being facetious because he's so out of character.
# not my Barry.
Not my Barry. Not my Bruce, not my Barry, not my Clark, even though he wasn't in the trailer, but still it stands. And not
# where's my Hal?
Where's my Hal? Or my John, or my Kyle, or my Simon, or Jessica, whoever the fuck. I mean, whatever Green Lantern you want to put in there, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man. Thank God we got the DC TV. Well, okay. Maybe for thank God we got Flash and Supergirl.
Yeah, thankful indeed. So last up in the news, which has been a fairly epic news segment this week, Ash vs Evil Dead, little tidbit for season 2. You may have known if you're a fan of this show and the series that in season 1 they could only legally reference the first 2 movies, but they couldn't reference Army of Darkness. That meant they couldn't mention that he ever worked at the S-Mart, and they couldn't mention that he went back in time to medieval times. That legal obstacle has been removed in some way. So in season 2, they will reference those things, and it's a small thing almost, but at the same time it makes it feel just a little bit more authentic.
It's one of those things where I haven't seen that. I've seen the first 2 movies. I haven't seen Army of Darkness. I haven't finished the first season of this show, but at the same time, I'm like, this is good. This is only a good thing.
Oh yeah, of course.
This benefits everyone who is a fan.
Funnily enough, though, you only haven't seen the first 2. Well, the perfect viewer for the first season, since they couldn't reference the third one.
I was.
You're
I meant to watch the third one, but it wasn't on Netflix, whereas the first 2 were.
You're like, nothing's missing. What are you all people all complaining about? This is referencing exactly what I've seen. Dear. Looking forward to that. That's coming a little bit earlier this year. I think it's late September instead of late October, so that's cool. So that's it for the news. And no doubt there's been probably 10 news items dropped in the time that
I've been hearing my
this.
Facebook go beep, beep, beep in the background. So it's like, oh God, what are they posting? What am I missing?
Yeah, obviously things are happening. We'll pick up whatever we miss next week, or not. But we'll find out.
Basically depends whether Peter remembers to put them in the news, given that it'll be a whole week away.
Or if I deem it important enough to talk about. That's also an option. I may actively decide not to put something in. That is a possibility. So yeah, there you go. That is the news from this week. So that'll take us on to all the TV reviews. Of course, if you're on the audio version, they're all coming up in a second. Use the timestamps to jump around. If you're on YouTube, click on the main channel page or in the more information box in the corner for the playlist. You can just see all the videos on their own and have at it. So here's this week's TV reviews.